We needed it more than you. Kyle laughed from across the room like he hadn't just drained $120. Zero from my bank account. My name is Rebecca Mitchell. I'm 34 years old, and I built my boutique from absolutely nothing. That money wasn't extra, it was my future. My dream, everything I had worked for. And my own brother-in-law stole it without hesitation. He didn't look guilty. He didn't panic. He just smirked. What he forgot was one simple thing: I may be family, but I don't play nice. I stared straight at him and said, "Then you won't mind what's coming." 2 hours later, the police kicked in the door. Have you ever been betrayed by your own blood? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you believe karma always comes back around. Growing up, I was the responsible one, the saver, while my sister Allison lived for parties and impulse decisions. After our parents died in a car accident, I poured my grief and my inheritance into building Mitchell Designs. I survived on rent and worked 18-hour days just to keep it alive. Allison, meanwhile, married Kyle just 6 months after meeting him in a casino. I hated him instantly: flashy, arrogant, and controlling. Slowly, the sister I loved faded under his grip. By the time of our family reunion at the lake house, I had just secured $120,000, enough to open a second boutique. I arrived proud and hopeful, but something felt off. Kyle spent the night bragging about shady investments and mocking my cute little shop. After dinner, I went to my room and noticed my laptop cord had been moved. My browser history was clean until I saw a security alert for a failed login from an unknown device. My stomach dropped. I changed my passwords immediately, but it was already too late. The next morning, my business partner called in a panic. "Rebecca, the vendor payment bounced. Insufficient funds." I opened my banking app. $0. Every cent of the $120,000 was gone. I walked into the kitchen shaking. "My money's gone," I said. The room froze. Everyone gasped, everyone except Kyle, calmly sipping his coffee, and Allison, who wouldn't meet my eyes. "You were near my laptop yesterday," I said, staring right at him. Allison rushed to defend him, her voice trembling. "Are you accusing my husband?" Kyle smirked and said, "Your sister's paranoid." "Prove it," I snapped back. "I don't have to prove anything to you. If you were innocent, you'd be helping me, not sitting there enjoying this." That's when you lost control. He grabbed Allison tighter and said the words that ended everything. "We needed it more than you." The room exploded. Someone shouted, but I was already pulling out my phone. "Then you won't mind what comes next," I said, my voice steady and cold. Kyle lunged at me. "You're not calling the police," I calmly replied. "I'm not calling them. They're already here." The front door burst open. "Police, stay where you are." 2 officers and a detective walked in. "Rebecca Mitchell, we received a fraud alert." Kyle turned ghost white. "This is a misunderstanding," he stammered. The detective shook her head. "Not according to the evidence." I handed her my phone and explained that I'd installed advanced security software the year before. It tracked keystrokes and took photos during login attempts. I turned the screen toward Kyle. There was his face, lit by my laptop at 2 a.m. with matching IP data. He snapped, screaming at Allison, "You think you're safe? You're nothing without me." For the first time, Allison stepped forward. Her voice shook, but she didn't back down. "I was nothing to you without you. I can finally be myself." 1 month later, my second boutique opened. The bank recovered 97% of the money, and fraud protection covered the rest. But the real win wasn't financial, it was my sister. Allison filed for divorce, moved in with me, and started healing. Kyle is now facing a long prison sentence for fraud and identity theft. Last weekend, we returned to the lake house not to relive the pain, but to reclaim it. We made new rules. Real family protects. Real family doesn't manipulate. And if you've ever had to walk away from a toxic family member to protect what you love, I see you. Drop a comment if you've ever said enough. And if you're still trying to find the courage, borrow some of mine, because sharing blood never gives anyone the right to break you.